What's up, everybody? I'm Brew.
And I'm Ray.
And we're
Ray.
And we're back with another video. But before we get into that, we just want you to remember
to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so whenever we post, you won't be the last to know. And make sure you share the video with your friends. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Alright guys, we're back with another video. My Hero, episode 6 of season 1. To start off this episode, recapping from episode 5, they were in the training ground getting ready to go through the test, and the last thing of the episode was Deku throwing the ball, but instead of him using his whole arm and powering up his whole arm to break it, he put all the power to one point in his finger and like threw it at the last second. So it really only messed up his finger.
His pointing finger, and the ball went really far.
Right.
I think it broke Kachan, right?
Or tied him. I don't really remember, but they said it was like a new record or something like that, or maybe I was looking at it and it meant something else. But moving on into this episode, it shows Kachan, and he's Bakugo, like he's really upset, like, and mad, because he's like, where did this power come from? And he's like, Deku, and he trying to go and attack him.
Intimidating.
Well, he is intimidating.
Yeah,
But he's trying to go and attack him.
Mm-hmm.
But
he gets stopped. Yeah.
Eraserhead.
Aizawa. I think it's Aizawa.
So Eraserhead, he stops him, and he's like, why is this cloth so hard? So we do know that it is cloth, because I was thinking it's like kind of like tissue or something too. Mm-hmm. But obviously it's more than that. It's made with special metal wires or something like that.
Its intentions is to bind you up and keep you from moving, and apparently it works.
Right. So after he binds him up, he was telling him like, stop making me use my quirk. Like, I get dry. That's like, boo. Like, that's you have such an amazing quirk, but like your downside or whatever is really sucky.
Yeah.
So moving on from there, they continue with the rest of the test. And Deku is just like, okay, I proved my point here, but now I really can't use my power in any other test because I can't control it. And
he was saying that it hurts, like the pain.
Yeah, from his finger.
The pain was stopping him from doing. I feel like he was saying this pain was stopping him from doing good in the other parts of the exam.
Right. He was saying that he was barely able to take it or whatever, but it was because of the one finger. Was pretty much causing pain throughout the rest of his body, I'm guessing. But so he's just like, I can't use my power in any other thing because he can't control it, and who knows what else he gonna break from using it. So he goes throughout the rest just using his own physical ability. Mm-hmm. No quirk involved or nothing like that. He's just going through doing him or being him. And now we get to the part where it's like, getting time to see the results of who gonna be expelled or who's staying. Right. So he's just like, instead of showing everybody one by one, I'm just gonna show them all at the same time. And you find your name and figure out where you place. So Deku already know, like, I'm in last. And like, it's like it's no second thought to it or nothing. He's just like, it's me. And it's him. So he's last, and he's like, man, I'm expelled. And after everybody kind of figure out where they are, Eraserhead is like, oh, I lied about being expelled and stuff. And it was like,
what?
Especially Deku. Deku really freaks out about that.
Yes.
I mean, I know he's happy and it's like a good thing that he's not expelled, but it's like really like, and this one girl, I don't know her name, but she's just like, yeah, it's obvious. Like, you can't do that. And everybody else was like,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't think
see
it was.
that. I believed him when he said
Right,
the
like,
person that comes in last is gonna get expelled.
Right, it wasn't obvious to me, but I should have seen it. But everybody stays, and as Eraserhead is walking out, he meets All Might around the corner because he's just sitting there watching them train or whatever. And he's like, Azawa Sensei, however you say his name, we're going to get these names. But he's like, you lied because you could have whole first year class from them not having potential. Mm-hmm. He's like, so what was it? Like, you really seen the potential of him, right? And he was like, you're not supposed to be supporting one person this much. Like, are you a teacher or what? And he's like, but the whole thing is, his potential really wasn't zero. So, from there, now he's telling them to prepare for class tomorrow because y'all have, just regular school activities like English and math. Everybody like, this is boring. So normal.
But supposedly, the exercises or the next day is supposed to be very crucial. I guess it's going to be worse than it was the day of the exams.
But I wonder why though, like, cause it didn't feel like it. I mean, we finna get into this part because the next day after having like basic classes, English, math, science, and all that stuff, lunch, in the morning, in the evening time they come to their hero courses, and but even before that, I forgot, like once they left, or like I guess they had like a break before they came back for the day. Deku was walking home because he told him to go get his finger recovered, right? So he got his finger healed, and then all of a sudden he feel drained because she said just like when you're really taking time to heal properly, it uses stamina. Mm-hmm. So when I hear you, it used up whatever stamina you needed to heal. That's why you feel drained. So she was like, you can't keep having major injuries because you ain't gonna have enough stamina. You're just gonna end up dying.
He's like, I'm gonna die. I was like, well, if you get yourself together, then you just might not die.
Right. So he walking, I don't know where, home or wherever he's going, and Ida, that's what he said his name was, Ida. He comes up to him and is like, Midoriya, like, are you good? How's your finger? He's like, oh yeah, I'm good. And that's how we get the backstory about, the recovery and using the stamina. And Ochoka?
Erotica. Ocho.
It's Ocho. We're gonna call her Ocho. She comes up because she see them there talking. And for a minute, Midoriya is sitting here and he's talking to Ida, and he's like, at first I thought he was like strict or hard or something, but he's just like really earnest or
like a go-getter type of person. To me, he's like, if he got his mindset on something, it's like, I'm gonna follow the rules, I'm gonna do this. You don't think so?
I would say more so like an overachiever or something or
that's
like
the word. That's
earnest.
The word for it.
I mean, when he said earnest, to me it was more like, I mean, that's just him. But saying like a go-getter, not saying that he's not a go-getter because we don't know much about his character right now. Mm-hmm. But when he said earnest, I mean, I think he would just meant like this is genuinely who he is. Like he cares, he wants to do good. But as far as being a go-getter, I don't know that yet. But so he's just saying, he's really earnest. This is really how he is, and that's when we get Ocho. She comes up, she's like, Midoriya, Ida, like, wait up. And they catch up. And she's like, you're Ida something, and you're Midoriya Deku. And he's like, Deku? He's like, no, my name really is Izuka Midoriya, but that's just something that Bakugo calls me to mess with me. And she was like, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it sounds cool. It sounds like the Japanese word for you can do it. Mm-hmm. So I like it. And he was like, I'm Deku Midoriya.
He takes it. He's like, this girl is cute. She likes it. I'm Deku from now on.
Yeah, and Ida is like really, I mean, like, you gave up so easy.
Right.
Like, you just gonna accept this
like,
right
hey,
now?
she cute. I'm gonna take it. If she like it, I like it.
Right. So now we come back to
The
school,
next day.
and now they're in the hero course. And who is here?
All
All Might.
Might.
And All Might is trying to be as normal as possible, but he just cannot. He is almost like Guy from Naruto.
Yes.
Like, over the top, very positive. Like, there's nothing that could bring this man's mood down, right?
He said, "It's me."
He said,
I'm here.
Here, walking through the door normally. Or about to come through the door
I don't
normally.
think normal people announce themselves walking through the door like that, but okay.
Right, but his presence when he came into the room was truly felt by all of the students there. They was like, man, like, this man is the truth. Like, it's really All Might. Like, he really does what we're trying to do.
He's a real deal teacher here. Like, I know I heard about it, but to see him here, he's a real deal teacher here.
Yeah, like, it's really true. So, All Might's class is about hero training, the hero basic training. So, which we find out is more so leaning towards combat, I guess, or at least for this exercise, it's gonna be combat. And he was like, for this, you're gonna need these. And he went over there, and then stuff just started coming out the wall, and it's their costumes that they made, right? And everybody had sent in, like, you know, they measurements and like designs that they kind of wanted, and that the hero school kind of
design it.
Yeah, like make their finished product. So even if it was like maybe they had like another color, or pretty much everything was drawn in there and just like pencil or something. So it's like maybe they came up with colors on their own that they thought would fit the people. Like even Bakugo's costume has a little bit of red in it, and I think it's because his eyes are red, because nothing else about Bakugo is red. His hair is blonde, I mean, but that's it. So his eyes are red. He got like a little red in the ribbon, and then like the little straps that come across. To me, I don't really like his gauntlets or the little grenade things. Yeah, I think they're just a little too bulky. I think they could have been smaller and it would have looked better. But other than that, Ida has a nice costume.
He has like a whole thing going on.
Yeah, like a Power Ranger type guy. But his costume is cool. Midoriya really likes Ocho's costume. He started blushing
fitted her
and
in
stuff.
all the right places.
Right. It's like boom, bam, pow. But the guy with the balls on his head, he's like, I love hero course. He's like, I love this training. But at first, Deku wasn't even out there with the rest of them. So we find out how his story went. So he didn't get his costume made by the hero course. His mom actually went out and bought him or got something made for him herself. She was like, yeah, it's not the most expensive, or it may not be the greatest quality or anything like that, but I wanted to do this for you because I seen you sleep and I seen your design. So I went out and I had it made for you.
That's very nice. Very sweet of her.
And the reason she did it was because at first she was remembering back in the day when he was a kid and everybody was giving up on him, the doctors, and even she said, I gave up on you way back then when the doctor said that you wouldn't have a quirk. And but you never did give up. And look at you now. You're in the school that you want. And I promise from now on, I will support you in the open as much as I can. So this is what I want to do. So Deku was actually on the phone with All Might, trying to see if he could get his costume made, because it was like they listed me as none. But now he was telling him he can go in and update his application. So I guess to get it started. But his mom came in with the outfit and he was like, these are her feelings, I'm gonna wear it. So he came out in this little green suit, and I think it's dope to me. I think it's dope. I like the little ears that look like All Might, but I really like the mask. I think that's what's doing it for me. And plus, our favorite color is green. So that don't hurt. But
it's funny. It's funny how when he came out, how All Might saw his outfit and was like, his the ears going up just like my hairs. He got a printed smile on, just like I always have a smile. He said, "Oh my God!" He said it to himself. It's so obvious.
And it's like
that he's mimic after me, but
yeah, it's like he over there giggling like it's almost like he's like this is like it's because it drew like the little shivers around him. So I don't know if it was like he's like, man, this guy's a super fan, or like this is kind of embarrassing, or somebody's gonna notice because to me this is so obvious. So I don't really know how to take what All Might did, but it was just kind of funny that he was like giddy about it. So their first thing was their first combat training is a 2-on-2 versus battle, where one team plays the villain and one team plays the hero. And the purpose of the thing is the villains are guarding this
nuclear bomb.
Right. And the heroes got to go and stop it, capture it, or apprehend both villains. And basically vice versa. The heroes have to the villains have to stop the heroes, or it wasn't really no time limit, was it?
Yeah, I don't think it was a time limit.
Yeah, I don't remember him saying nothing about a time limit, but so pretty much just stop the heroes from messing with the nuclear bomb. So they put everybody in groups. I don't remember who everybody was with, but Midoriya gets matched with Ocho, and she is his partner. And Bakugo gets matched with Ida. So
and it's funny because after All Might explained how this training process was gonna go, he reached into like this box or whatever to grab random alphabets, because each person is divided with 2 teams and it goes from the letter A all the way to J.
Right.
And he pulls out
A and D.
He pulls out A and D, and it just so happens that Midoriya has to go first. And not only that, he has to go first against Kacchan, against Bakugo.
The same person.
Yeah. It's so crazy that this happened right off the bat. I wasn't expecting it to happen right off the bat. I was expecting like 2 or 3 fights down the episodes.
Yeah. And another part that stood out is at that moment when All Might told everybody else to go wait in the monitoring, like the
control room.
Control room to watch what actually happens during their fight. Everybody walking out, but it's showing Deku and why everybody kind of walking around him, and he just like got his head down, like man, I gotta go against him the first time. And he look over at Kacchan, and Kacchan is staring at him like,
mugging him.
He like, yeah, it's me and you.
I got something for you.
So he looks away, like timidly, and it's like he thinking to himself, like, no, I'm here too. And he balls his fist, and he gets a stern look on his face, and he look back at Kacchan, and he like, oh, okay. But then they don't do nothing but make him madder. So I'm ready to see them start, right? So the whole thing is the villains go in, they set up, they get 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the heroes come in to get them. After that, so once they in there, the villains, Bakugo and Ida, Ocho and Deku is outside talking, and she's doing a lot of talking, and he's just kind of like looking at the plan. She's just relaxed, and but he's so tense and sweating and stuff.
Yes.
And Bakugo is talking to Ida, and he's like, Midoriya, like Deku has a power, right? He has a quirk, and he's like, yeah, the monstrous strength. You noticed it too, but it seemed like it has a major drawback or whatever. And Bakugo is thinking to himself like, did he trick me this whole time? Like, did he have a power? Which we know is not the case, but he don't know. Excuse me, it's a little late. I'm just a little tired. But he is wondering to himself, did Deku have a power the whole time and was just holding it from him? Or,
what's going on? He has no idea what's going on. He's known Deku this whole time. never seen him use a quirk, and all of a sudden now he has a quirk, and he's like,
Thank you.
what's going? I feel like he's confused, and he already seemed like an angry person to me.
Yeah. And
but,
even Ida calls him out and say like, you seem like particularly angry
yes,
with Midoriya.
right. So it's just like, why do you have this anger towards him so much? And what does him having a quirk now and never showing it to you, even though, like he said, we know the case, but he doesn't. What about that gets you so riled up?
So back outside, with Ocho still talking, she finally looks over at Deku and see that he is freaking out.
I mean,
and she's like, "You're not relaxed at all." He was like, "No, it's just that I gotta fight Kacha in the first round." He's like, he's amazing. Like, he's been like this since, we were kids or whatever. And, he got his quirk when he was supposed to. And he's always been cool and looked up to him and stuff like that because he was a part of his crew at one point until he started getting the big head. And, yeah, so, because he even said in the flashback that even when you get your quirk, you still won't be able to beat me. Right, so I guess there probably is something else that Kacchan is thinking about. Just like Midoriya is remembering the childhood. Maybe Kacchan is like, man, I told him when he get a quirk, no matter when, he ain't gonna beat me. So now it may be like it's creeping up on him. Okay, he got a quirk. That's step one. Step two, he gotta beat me, but I can't allow that to happen. Right. So after Deku explains his whole story to Ocho, she's like, a battle between men. I like it. And
he's like, I'm so sorry, this has nothing to do with you. And she's like, no, yes it does. We're on the same team.
Right.
Your problems are my problems now.
And so it's like, I like it. Like, it's kind of, I don't know if this is foreshadowing for the future, that she comes around and she's so nice to Deku, and they paired together for their first match, and I don't know if this signifying like they're gonna be close throughout the series, or is it just something for the first few episodes, or what's going on. But I do like that she's so cheery and like trying to keep him motivated. Yeah, like he's like, let's do this, let's do our best. So when it's time, they go in, and Deku like being safe and checking all the corners and stuff like that. But he already knows Kacchan is coming for him. And that's what happened. And everybody else thinks it's a surprise attack because he's not guarding the bomb. He's out and he's attacking. But Deku already like, look, I know he coming for me. Well, I knew you was coming for me first. And with that first explosion, blew half his mask off. And I'm like, all the work your mama done put into the costume, you done got half your ear blown off. The mask is still there, which I'm glad. I really think that's the best thing about the outfit, the mask.
And Ocho was like, Deku, and he's like, it's okay, it's just a scratch.
It's just a scratch. He trying to be tough now.
Right.
Okay, so, and this is, so he comes to attack again. Everybody like, oh, that's cheating. Bakugo out there, and All Might is explaining to them like a surprise attack is a strategy. You gotta. They're villains right now, or even heroes. You have to sometimes think outside the box and do what you gotta do. But he's getting ready to go and attack Deku again, but Deku stops him. I mean, like he grabbed his arm. Like judo tossed him basically. Grabbed his arm, put a hip into his hip, pushed him on over,
and threw him on the ground. I mean slammed him.
And he's like, oh, and everybody like, oh, Deku. I was like, oh.
And so, for Kacchan, like I know that like had to hurt, like his chest, he coughed. He was like, I know they had to take a little breath out of him.
I think it hurt his pride more than anything.
Probably so.
He got up. But my thing is, Midoriya explains to him how he knew. He said, you always start with a big right swing. He said, what you think I've been doing all these years when I didn't have a quirk? I was writing down every person I thought was amazing and studied them.
And
and
the
he was
same
one
book
of them
that you took and threw and
that you burned
and threw out the window.
I know that pissed him off. He's like, in that book, but because it's another memory of when Deku was nothing. Yeah. And right now, Deku still isn't using his quirk, so he gets he judo talks like he real deal, just flipped him. But so he's getting up, and Deku is sitting there with this pitiful pose. I mean, he is terrified. And Kacchan is like,
I am beyond pissed, ain't the word.
I mean, he boiling. He boiling. And Deku is sitting there, I mean, like, about to lay eggs. I'm just going to put it that way. And before the episode ends, Kacchan is just saying, that's like, I hate you. And this is what I hate about you. Is that even though you're scared, like you're scared
out of your mind,
you still sitting here with this pitiful pose, ready to stand against me. I can't take it. It's like and then I guess he yelled Deku, and he about to, go and attack again. But then that's where the episode ends. So, I mean, it was really nice. The first part, like, knowing that he got expelled, I mean, he didn't get expelled, was cool. And
I think I would feel some type of way about that, too. And, I mean, the reason why he said that the last person to be expelled is because he was like, I wanted each and every person to bring out 110%
right.
of your quirk. If you thought this was the end, if you thought this was going to be the end, you gave it everything you got. And afterwards, like, for me, I would be like, I gave this my all only to find out that he lied. I mean, I would feel relieved and happy, but I would be a little upset too.
Right. But I don't know, like, I don't understand. I guess the other thing is I don't really understand Kacchan's beef with Deku. I mean,
like, why him in particular?
Exactly. Like, y'all were kids together. Y'all hung out together for a minute until you got your quirk. Then you kind of tossed him to the side and hung with the other people who had quirks. But because he don't have a quirk, or he kissing your butt, or
he wasn't like valued or good enough to be a friend or something. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like Bakugo isn't real. He is a real one. But his attitude needs some work.
Yeah, like this time, or like right around this point, it's a little annoying. But other than that, like, I guess today I felt like it was a little more annoying than usual. Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much this episode. That's the end of this episode, guys.
So you guys remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so that whenever we post, you won't be the last to know. And make sure you share the videos with your friends.
I've been Brew.
And I've been Ray.
And we'll
see you in the next one.